brakes, turn in. This is just one constant corner, See my steering wheel's just held still.
Yep.
Then we're gonna flip directions, and then we're gonna bring it back in. That's the curb we wanna hit. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Follow, or basically you wanna hit those apexes. All right, let's give this Infinity a little space. Now this one, come near, and then this is just a weird corner. So we're gonna go way outside. We're gonna clip this apex. We wanna be all the way back to this right-hand side, all the way back. Clip the apex. See how he's really far out? We don't wanna be really far out. We wanna get nice and close to those apex points. Onto the brakes, turn in. Gave us the point by, so we're good to go ahead of him. As soon as we get a point by, we got to be careful because now we're going faster. Yep. So hard on the brakes, we turn in. Yep. Get near that curb, don't get all the way on it, watch the outside. Onto the brakes, turn in. Get parallel to the outside, brakes again, turn in. We want to get mid-track here. And then we're just going to kind of feed the throttle in, and find where it's going to grip, and then we get on the throttle. Hard on the brakes, turn in, and it's just constant. See, my wheel is just held still. Then we flip directions. And then we get close to that curb, and we're going to watch out for this outside because you will go off the track. We come around, we go all the way to the outside, bring it all the way in, hit that apex, get back to the right-hand side, bit of brakes. Your little boost gauge just flew off, so that's good.
Yeah, I'll pull that out then.
And we're hard on the brakes. No, you're good, you're good. Alright, so this is the last lap I'm doing. We're going to pull in this time. Okay, so coming down the straightaway, hard on the brakes, turn in, near that curb, on throttle, on power, feed out, onto the brakes, turn to the side. And then we're just kind of feeding this around, feeding in the throttle, see where your grip point is. Okay, so when we're going to go into the pits, we're going to signal with a closed fist. Out the window, closed fist, out the window. Hard on the brakes. So we're coming in, they're probably coming in too. We keep this nice and tight, we get up here, we keep our speed up till right here, and then we get on the brakes hard. What are you doing, Eli? All right, so we are good to go. You're just gonna come around, these guys are gonna come out. So watch the cars behind you, swoop through the cones. You might have to come out and then swoop through the cones. Oh, watch out for the Mustang behind you. Go ahead. All right, now it's your responsibility to get yourself on track safely. So we come nice and slow, then we wait for it. After this car, you're clear. Go, go, go. Cool. Take it easy these first few laps, all right? So hard on the brakes, find that apex point. Now accelerate out of the corner, accelerate out. Don't try and shift mid-corner. For right now, you can probably, I was leaving it in third the whole time. Okay. We'll work on it later to start shifting. Because you'll use second, third, and fourth in this car. So hard on the brakes. Find that turn-in point. Don't go off onto the curb because the step up. All the way to the edge, there we go, cool. All the way to the edge, on the brakes, all the way to the left. Keep all the way to the left, brakes again. So you're a little late on your turn-in. See how you're 4 feet away from that curb? Yeah. Into the center of the track, and feed it around, all the way to the outside, We paid for the whole track, we used the whole track. So a little earlier of a turn-in, that's how come you push so far out wide. And now flip directions. It'll be better when this Civic's not in front of you. And then see, you're gonna watch that outside. Now you come near that curve, and you let it coast all the way out. be able to always be in throttle where we want. So onto the brakes, turn in, near that curve. Brakes, hit that curve. There we go. Center of the track. Oh, watch the G20. And now you're just feeding it around. You're just giving it a bit of throttle and you're just finding where your bite point is. Because it's going to try and break away. The car's going to want to move. Turn in a little bit earlier. There we go, right there. And then just hold constant. Hold constant. And then you clip that curb. And then we flip directions. And avoid that one. Hit this second one. Right with the front tires, we want to clip that curb. All right, we'll wait till the next time. On the next straightaway, we'll get by the G20. Watch out for the debris over here. The track comes up in some places. And then we're all the way back to the right. You want to keep nice and inside right here. All the way to the outside. And then show your nose. Just show your nose and hopefully don't go by him. Wait till he gets, there you go. Now go, now go, now go. In HPDE1, we need to wait for the 0.5. So you just show your nose and show, hey, I want to go by you. And they should let you by if they're observant. So we're gonna have the same problem with the Supra, so you're just gonna have to kind of wait for a minute, all the way to the outside, all the way to the outside. Don't follow him. Yeah. Then all the way to the left. So it's one of those things, you gotta be always aware of you. In HPDE1, you don't want to necessarily follow someone else's lines. Yeah. When we get clean track again, after we get by the Supra, you'll see the lines will work better for you. Because the lines don't work unless we're at speed. If we're just tootling around, you're just driving to the line. So you're going to avoid this curve, be nice and out far, and then bring it on in, nice. All the way tight, and then all the way to the outside of the track. Don't pass him here, don't pass him here. Yeah, he's a little unpredictable, so just be aware of that. Yeah. Like as he gets on power, he might get sideways or something like that. So you always need to be aware the driver in front of you could screw up. Yeah. And you need to not hit them. Bad day for both of you. Clip that apex. Show him your nose. Show him your nose. Show him your nose. There you go. Alright, we're coming fast. We have clear track. You started to turn in way too early. Yeah. Get back on throttle. You're good. You started to turn in way too early. You're drifting over. Yeah. It's one turn. All the way to the outside. Clip the curb all the way to the left. Brakes. All the way to the curb. Middle of the track. And now feed that throttle. Feed that throttle. Feed that throttle. All the way to the outside. Push all the way to the outside. Bit of brakes. Turn in. Up, we're going. Oh, yeah. Nice slide. Nice slide. Yeah. All right, now foot blocks. All the way to that curb. All the way to that curb. You need to be closer in. You're going to go off right there if you don't. Nice power slide. I liked it. Watch this corner. This gets a little sketchy. Yeah. Now clip that curb all the way to the right-hand side. Hard on the brakes. All the way to that curb, follow this curb around, all the way to the outside, all the way to the outside. Show him your nose, show him your nose. He's got it, you're good. Go, 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 go.
Slow me down too much.
Okay, now work on this corner. Hard on the brakes, turn in. And now feed in that throttle, feed in that throttle. Good, good, good. Hard on the brakes. We need to be further to the right. Now get all the way to the left. Onto the brakes, hit that curb, hit that curb. See, we're way too far off. Yeah. It puts us to the inside of the track. Yeah. And now you've made this too tight. Yeah. Now try and feed in that throttle, feed in that throttle. It's one of those things, you make a mistake, you gotta just keep on going forward. Cool, and now feed in throttle gently. straight out and then change locks. Might want to be a little further to the left before you change the lock to get back to that inside. And hard on brakes and we turn. Watch yourself. Whoop, go. Alright, so you turned in a little early. You need to come later turn in. So you take that apex a little further around the curve. It'll stop you pushing out wide. Okay, then hard on brakes, hard on brakes. We turn in, we aim for that curve, but we don't hit that curve. And then straight line. Go. Ignore what he's doing, but don't hit him. All the way to the outside, all the way back in, all the way to the left, all the way to the left. On the brakes again, all the way to that curb. Yeah. And then this sets you dead center of the track. That's where you want, is in the center. And you're gonna just try and work your way in, work your way in. See how we're real far out to the outside right there? Yeah. You wanna keep on working in. Onto the brakes. See, he's trying to push way out. Now I want you to go dead straight and then turn in harder. And you want to get all the way back to that curve on the right hand side. All right, he's gonna go. Just
I can't.
You go for it. Go for it. Yeah, he was letting off way a lot, so just be cautious with it.
Yeah.
I didn't know where Dave said your passing zones are, so
Right up.
yeah. Onto the brakes. Turn in late. Go. And on power. On power. So a little bit later turn in so you can get on the power a bit earlier without getting to the outside. And power will save you a lot of the time.
In this thing, yeah.
Especially the four-wheel steer or four-wheel drive, it will help you. Nice. Cool. Now get back in power and start bringing it in. Bring it in. Reel it in, reel it in, reel it in, reel it in. Feed the power, reel it in. There you go. Cool. Hard on brakes. Ooh, a little early to turn in, but we should be okay. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Straight line to the outside, then flip lock. See, you're trying to turn in a little too early, and it won't let you come back to that curve. Late turn in. Hard on brakes, turn in. Awesome, there you go, now floor it. Oh, gas, power on, power on. They're trying to avoid the turn floor it.
Yeah.
Especially in a power car. Okay, so you went up to fourth, so you're gonna have to downshift to third now. You wanted to downshift before that corner. You let the engine braking help you slow down. All the way to this curve. Onto the brakes. Now you're in the middle of the track, flip locks, cool. Now feed it in. Feed in closer and feed in power at the same time. Now straight ahead, straight ahead. Now turn. And bring it all the way in. We'll work on that, don't worry. See, I drive rear-wheel drive cars, so it's a little different with the four-wheel drive. You got to brake earlier and a little harder. Go ahead.
Is that gonna? Where's my flag station?
Your flag station's there. I'll point it all out to you. So you have another one here, which I don't see the guy, but whatever. brakes. Be aware of the other drivers.
He's got like close to 600, so he'll never let me back.
Okay, so we have a huge train of cars,
Yeah.
and you got a big gap behind you.
Okay, slow down.
So, yeah, basically that's your option, is we're gonna go slow for this lap. We have two options. We could use the hot pit. The hot pit doesn't work well here. So just keep an eye on your rearview mirror, wait till that blue car starts catching up to you, and then we go again.
Okay.
Okay, so we work on lines while we're doing this. So turn in, we aim for the curb. All the way to the outside, brake in a straight line. Turn in, aim for that curb. Middle of the track, middle of the track. You have three little sections. You want it in the middle, and then feed it around. Cool. Now you can feed in power all the way to the outside. Brake in a straight line here. Now turn in, a little earlier turn in, and then you want to get all the way to the left. All right, there we go. Now turn in hard. There you go. See how well that worked? Whoa, whoa. Okay, keep on going. We got checkered on the session, so we're going to be fine. All right, so when checker comes out, you do not go to a stale pace.
Yeah.
You go to about 70%, something
Down
like
pace,
that.
right?
Because now we're letting the tires cool, we're letting the brakes cool. Because as soon as we get back into the pit paddock, we have no airflow over your brakes. You can overheat your brakes after you come to a stop. So we're just going to take it kind of easy. We're going to wave at all the marshals and kind of give them a thank you for being out here. So you can either give them a wave, you give them a little dance, whatever. So you just kind of, yay, hi. Because it shows you appreciate them. It also shows you know where they are. And it helps reinforce in your own mind where they are.
Yeah.
So remember here to start braking in a straight line, then turn in. It's one turn in. You were starting to drift to the inside sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why it almost puts you in the dirt there.
Yeah.
Follow the curb, and we don't need to follow this whole little wiggle back and forth. It's curb to this curb.
Okay.
That's what you're aiming for.
Yeah.
Get on the brakes, you turn in. Hard on brakes here. So that's just like a little tap of confidence brake. Hard on the brakes, and then we turn in. Aim for the middle of the track. See how there's the cracks in the concrete, or cracks in the asphalt? We're aiming to be in between the two cracks.
Okay.
And then we're feeding it around. The last time you did really good pulling it in. And because then you can start feeling in the power. Here is on the brakes, a good amount of brakes, but you want to get near that curb and just hold that constant line.
Yeah.
All right, now get your hand out to signal to the driver behind you that we are pulling in.
What is that? Is that
Closed fist.
close to this, right?
And watch yourself here, because everybody's going to kind of bottleneck because everybody's going out. So if we are leaving a hot track, when we're leaving a hot track, that whole signal to come inside or come in, the back side of that little oval, like 3-4 corners beforehand, you want to throw your hand out and just be like, hey, I'm coming in. Then bring your hand back in and get on the steering wheel. And then once you're about to really come in and you're about to slow down, you throw your hand up again.
Okay.
You want to maintain your speed until you get onto this little pit road.
Yeah.